I didn't even see your father naked until after you were born. We'd make love with the lights off, you know.
Well, me and Jerry did it like that too, Ma, so I couldn't see how fat he was.
I thought it was more romantic in the dark.
Jesus, Ma, you big dirty beast.
Well, that's just the truth.
You big floozy mother.
Floozy indeed, when I think of the little that we knew, but I like the sound of his voice in the dark and the little things that he'd say to me.
Like what, Ma?
Well, you don't think I'm going to tell you.
Go on.
Well, he'd call me a little petney. Well, would you look at the holy innocent, you know well what I mean.
Go on, Ma.
Well, he'd talk to me while we
Oh, Maya, undo the bleeding handcuffs, will ya?
You stop it, you're too curious for your own good, you know that.
So, you're Maeve anyway?
I am, yeah.
You're Maeve, I heard a lot about you.
And the rest of the family too, it seems. Well, now, Tom, you know, I've heard nothing at all about you.
Catherine talks a lot about you, so she does.
Really? What does she say?
She just talks about you is all. You know what Catherine is like when she gets going, you wouldn't get a word in edgeways. Sometimes...
Sorry, Tom.
No, go ahead.
Go on, you were telling me what she says.
What she says?
Yeah, what she says about me.
Oh, what she says about you? Well, she says you're a very strong person. She said you're very steady.
God, does she?
She said you were very bright. You were good at your exams and that you were esh with brains like your dad. What?
It's just your expression. What was it?
Esh with brains. My mother used to say that to us. She'd say, don't pretend to be a big thick you're esh with brains.
It's nice.
Probably a bit stupid.
No, it's not, Tom. It's lovely. So anyway, how long have you known her now?
My mother?
No, Catherine. How long have you and her been an item now?
Jesus, Mother. You can't do that.
Do what?
You can't put Daddy into a bloody lunchbox.
Well, I've nothing else, dear.
Which one of them is mine?
This one.
How come you're giving her more than me? Give me a bit more.
Have a bit of respect, for God's sake.
Sorry, Ma. Can I lick the spoon?
I'll scalp you in a minute.
But I don't care. I'm not bringing Daddy back to New York in a lunchbox.
And who's this?
Johnny, this is Tom. Tom, this is my brother Johnny.
Tom, huh? Thank you. Tom the Piper's son. Pleasure to meet you, Tom. Tell me this. Do you pluck your eyebrows?
Sorry?
You know what? Tweezers. Do you pluck your eyebrows?
No, I don't.
You don't be ridiculous. Of course he doesn't.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, Tom, they're very beautiful. You'd want to see some of the eyebrows on some of them creatures that sister of mine has brought in through the years. God, this one lad. He had one eyebrow going straight across his forehead. It was like something you'd see in a circus. Or a fucking muppet in a Dunsmore suit.
Is that right?
Don't mind him.
No, Tom, don't mind him. You're an awful brat. Will you leave Tom? No.
She had an accident.
Oh, God, Johnny, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't want to worry you, man.
God almighty, is it serious?
It is actually, yeah. She was over in Paris on work. And she was up in her office and she heard this bell outside. And sure, it was an ice cream van. She fancied an ice cream because it was hot outside. Out she goes. Wham! She got knocked down by the fucking ice cream van. They'd amputate her leg.
Jesus, you're joking me.
They'd amputate her leg up to her thigh, man. Oh.
Almighty, the poor dote.
And I got the call. I was in the office. And they never even told me which fucking leg it was. So I had to ring the hospital myself. And like, I don't speak very good French, you know, like a monsieur, a doctor, a droit, or a gauche. I mean, like, look, the leaving cert really doesn't prepare you for these kind of things.
Don't know how you know about that.
What?
The leaving cert, since you failed yours twice.
Here I am. pouring out my heart about my poor crippled girlfriend.
That's really terrible, though.
Sacred Heart.
Really, really terrible.
Oh, it is. Ah, Joesph! She gave her leg for all Ireland! The fucking mugs on you!
You poxy bastard!
You little gurrier, yeah.
But there I am,
One leg in.
on the aeroplane saying, thank God I'm going back to good old Holy Ireland, where I can tell me Catholic joke and everyone will get it. Huh. Not like over in England being in a shower of proddy pagans.
And I wonder what I get it so.
Why wouldn't you, love?
Sure, I'm a Protestant.
Hiya, Tom. But sure, you're from the countryside.
I'm from Galway.
Do they have Protestants in the countryside, Tom?
Well, of course they do, for God's sake.
Time goes a lot more fucking slowly when the relatives are around. A white Christmas is certainly what Catherine had that year, alright. But you wouldn't know about that, Tom, of course.
I know about it.
Ah, do you?
I know about it. We've talked about it. I think your sister is a very brave person. We're talking about her problems instead of boring everyone to death with them.
And so do I.
How fucking 90s. Talked about. Well, I'm sure she brought some more with her this time. Come on, get out, we'll all have some, come on!
You know what, Johnny, you've an awful mouth on you. I'll get you into a lot of trouble one of these days.
Tom, please.
The rattling by from the bog is going to teach me a lesson.
You know something? It's a pity someone never did.
Don't mind him, Tom. He's been trying to annoy me. Sit down, please.
If I was trying to annoy you, you'd be annoyed and you'd stay
Oh,
annoyed.
yeah. Big man, aren't you? When you're drunk.
Well, I know what buttons to push with you, honey, and don't forget.
Yeesh. Jesus. Shut the fuck up, man's coming. The tingy.
Type of tuna.
What?
I find that tuna gives me strange dreams. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about tuna, but it gives me strange dreams. Does it give you strange dreams, Tom?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
What do you mean, no?
Well, I don't like tuna.
That's why you don't have dreams, though.
I have dreams, all right.
Oh, do you dream about Catherine?
I did dream about her once.
Oh, tell us. Oh, another whiskey there, darling.
Sure. You don't really want to know.
I do, Tom. Come on, tell us.
Ah, do, Tom. Tell us there.
Well, I was walking by the sea. It was down near home, and it seemed to be early in the morning. There was no one there, just me by myself, and I could hear the seagulls and the sound of the waves on the beach. And then all of a sudden, there she was, Catherine, about 20 feet away from me, out in the middle of the sea, up to her waist in water. And you were calling out to me. And I went to try to get to it, but I couldn't. I kept walking through the water, and running then. The more I ran, the further away from me you were.
Is that it?
That's it. Sure, she was up to her waist in water.
Wonder what that could mean.
It sounds very deep.
What, the water?
No, love. I mean, it sounds spiritual or something.
She was probably pissing. She used to do that, you know. She used to piss in the swimming pools and in the sea. Oh, it was ferocious.
I did not.
I must remember. They found that duck.
I don't know. Do I?
Tom, we were down below in Spiddle, staying in a hotel with the dad. Catherine found this duck wandering down the road. And so she brought it back to the hotel with us, under her arm, into the bar. And the barman says to her, "Where are you going with the ugly looking pig?" Catherine says, "Sure, that's not a pig." The barman said to her, "I was talking to the duck."
Ha, bloody ha. I tell you to calm down. Do you know what it was like for us? They'd point at us and they'd laugh at us when we were passing by in the corridors.
Stop it, I said.
There's Enda Doyle's daughters. Oh, you know what about him and your one, don't you? Been going on for years now. Do you think the wife knows? Do you think she pretends not to know? What do you think that was like for us?
Things were good for you always. We worked bloody hard that they would be, and this is the thanks that you give to us.
Good for us! Good for us! When your father is
You little bitch! How dare you talk about your father that way? That's a terrible thing to say. You knew the love he had for this family, the trouble he went to, the sacrifices. Do you know what it was like for him? When he was your age, he'd been working 15 years. There's not one he would know the meaning of responsibility. Perfection is what ye want. The world handed up to you on a bloody plate. Nothing else will damn well do ye. And then ye blame everyone else for everything.
Ma.